So I may or may not have taken an extended 3 hour break because I just did not want to look at any of this stuff because it's driving me crazy. It's making me go crazy, all the stickered parts everywhere. But I think it's finally time to get back to work on this. It's now 7:23 p.m. and I'm going to still try to just finish all of this today, just so that next week I can have a fresh start on some of that stuff there. And then the very last thing for the package in the States has now been shipped. So as soon as that one arrives, then I can hopefully get that shipped here. So I'm not too familiar with American shipping times, but presumably either sometime next week or the week after it should arrive at the shipping forwarding company, and then that will be that. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, it's just time to start work on all of these guys now. So a couple of tasks later, it's now 7:37. I ordered a couple more sets for the part out next year, and now it's time to get to work on these. So I just go get the very first one of 354, find it, and then check it over, and then describe its exact condition. This one's got some marks on it and stuff like that, and then confirm it's the right mold variation or print variation, because this one here had a modern re-release. But looking at the color of it and the fact of the print being larger than the other version, this here is the older version, I'll double check it just to be absolutely sure. But then I'll just go describe that, list it, and then rinse and repeat for all 350 of the other types. And a lot of them have a lot of quantity. Well, this one's got 5. This one here is like a dozen or so. This one has several dozen and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work, but hopefully I can get it done by about 10:45 p.m. But that should be about as much time as I'm able to work on this. And actually, I do hope to get it done earlier because I do want to sync up the stores, and that can take a while. So I might end up syncing up the stores while I work on this, and then just sync them up again after I'm done with this, depending on how long it takes. So after it's all said and done, there ended up being 218 lots with a quantity of 413 items. So now we can just quickly scroll through it and just double check that there's no orange lines, meaning I have to consolidate, because I don't think I have many, if any, of these parts in my inventory in this condition yet. So let's just quickly scroll through, making sure I just check for any orange lines. Not seeing any, so that is now uploaded, and that means that all of these stickered parts are now uploaded. So then let's actually just quickly check in inventory. Missing my remarks, just make sure nothing's missing it. Nothing is, that's good. So all in, 642 more lots have been uploaded this week, putting the store just shy of 19,000 lots. So yeah, overall pretty good. So now I can go ahead and put this stuff away while syncing up the stores, and then I should probably vacuum the basement. Just sold another Bo-Katan, so I'll put another one for sale. So yeah, that's good to sell. So everything is now synced up. And then I set a 15% sale on all of the parts uploaded to that point, except for minifigures and sets, because now that I'm getting back to the minifigure parts over there, then just to make sure that I don't start discounting the new minifigure parts, I just wanted to discount the old ones because I did have a 15% sale on some of the older stuff. So this way it just gets all of the new stickered and printed parts as well. So that's done now, and then next week I can start on all those guys, and yeah, finally finished with all these parts. Yogurt time. So I got one thing in the mail today. So then I'm expecting another one from UPS later today. So it was scheduled for delivery for today, and then I got an email saying they're rescheduling delivery for today. So it's still going to be here today. It's just apparently being rescheduled for today, according to the email. But then let's just quickly get these lights on, and then we can just take a look at what is in that box. This here's one is the one that was about 200-ish from Great Britain, I want to say. So then we can just check here. It's 3 bags mostly. I don't want to show addresses. Let's see what country this is. From the United Kingdom. Okay, so this one's from the UK. So put that there, that one there, and then we've got some random floofs on the table. Okay, so we've got these bags here. So let me just set on the camera for a second and just dump out the one. So bags there. Okay, so then there's some CMFs. This one had a lot of CMFs at pretty decent prices. So I did pick up some of those guys. Then just some parts and stuff that I needed. A lot of torsos and things like that. It was a little bit pricier than most of the stores I shop at, but overall it looked like the quality seemed to be decent from how they actually were describing things. Like they would have 2 or 3 listings of the same item, and then one would say it's got like a crack on one side and stuff like that. Meanwhile, a lot of other stores just have absolutely no comments on anything like that, so then you get a bit wondering if they actually check stuff and things like that. So whenever you see a store that has a combination of things with and without remarks, then it usually just improves confidence that you'll get good stuff if you buy the stuff without remarks. So there's that. And then looking at this, okay, that is a different torso. For a second I thought that was the wrong color hands on there. And then for the most part, they just had a lot of really good priced minifigures. The parts were a little bit pricier, but the minifigures overall weren't too bad. So all of the ones that I could reasonably get that I wouldn't really lose money on, I picked up. So yeah, there's a lot of different minifigs in here. So yeah, I can rebuild a lot of different minifigs and stuff for eBay. So I'm going to work on this morning. So here's a slightly better look at all of the minifigures from this order. So yeah, just lots of different ones I needed to rebuild different stuff. And then just a couple of miscellaneous parts that were needed. And yeah, we'll see what the overall quality is. But I do have high hopes for the store, but from everything here, this minifigure here is the only new item in the entire lot. Everything else is used, but when taking out of the packaging and stuff like that, there wasn't any obvious faults, so there is at least that. So here's to hoping that it's all good. But yeah, I'll check in when I'm done and see what the results are. Always good fun when the postal company marks something as delivered at front door, but there's no package to be seen anywhere at all. And then oftentimes they'll drop it off at our neighbor's house because apparently our houses look alike or something like that, but it's nowhere this time, so trying to find it. So if they don't drop the package off by tonight sometime, because it's entirely possible that they just accidentally scanned the wrong package or scanned a package before they delivered it. Like, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there's at least one employee out there who scans the package for his next delivery so he doesn't have to scan it when he gets to the door or something like that. So I'll wait, and if it isn't delivered by tonight, then I'll have to send UPS a message. But it's always good fun when packages never arrive when they're marked as delivered. So just finished with the order, and so these here are all the minifigures that were rebuilt from it. And then this, there's about the same amount in here that are now able to be relisted again. So that's finally finished. So I guess it's time to start working on either one of those containers or one of the overfilled drawers. So I think that the first one that I'm going to try and just get listed is the animal thing, because I've got this container here. And then I've got this container here, this container here, this container here, and not the one underneath. But there might be one more mixed in there as well. I'm not entirely sure. But there's just a lot of different animal containers. And might as well get them listed first then. So in the animal thing, there is a dinosaur, legs and base. Then a basilisk with the glow-in-the-dark knife teeth. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be parting this one out because the teeth together are what's basically the same amount as the entire thing. They're like almost 20 bucks a piece or so, I think. And then like the entire thing sells for like 50-60 bucks, but the teeth are worth most of that. And then these parts here do have decent value as well, so then I'll probably do that. And then there's a little bit of barding mixed in. There's this one here with the crown on it. Then there's a older one with the dragons on it, and that might be all of the barding. I'm not entirely sure, but then there's lots of horses, sharks, the Fluffy, I think its name is, crocodiles, and a whole bunch of spiders and stuff like that. So yeah, then I'll get to work on uploading this stuff next. So these are all of the different animals and stuff like that going through. I mean, I don't think there's really anything too really special. Like, I mean, this barding here is probably the most expensive thing in here besides the basilisk. But yeah, it's just generic stuff. Like the saddles are a couple bucks each, and these dinosaurs are 10 to 15 bucks each and stuff like that. So nothing too crazy, but not bad nonetheless. So then I can go ahead and work on uploading all this stuff. I did put the troll in here. I can't remember. Do I have a drawer for the Harry Potter trolls? I don't think so. Nope. And his right arm is moving, but his left arm's stuck, or does it not move? I don't think his left arm moves, so it's just his right arm that moves. Interesting. Yeah, then I'll go through this and see how much it's worth once it's all added. So just finished with getting all of the stuff uploaded. So let's check out what the most valuable one is. And it's this barding here for, what was that, 32 bucks. So a little bit more than I was thinking, but not bad. And then, yeah, the two knives are at least $17 each. And then I was looking at this one here, part 13745. 13745, and this one, it's probably was recently used in a mock or something like that. As you can see, there's 49 available and 341 sold, so a significantly higher sell-through rate. And then when you group by currency, there's none available in Canada anymore, so it's definitely all of a sudden extremely popular, so its value is much higher than that right now. So if people are selling them in quantity at over $13 a piece, it's probably closer to, in the Canadian market, around a $10 part right now. So that one was also a nice find. Yeah, then I'll get to work on all these, because currently with a quantity of one, it's $3.49. But then like there's the two of those knives there and stuff like that, and there's lots of quantity of these parts. So yeah, then I'll get to work on this here. But then I will have to start pulling orders soon, because there was one larger order. It was let me just check again. I forget how many lots it was. Let's see. Right here, well, it's only 83 lots. Okay, so I thought it was a whole bunch more lots, but it isn't. So yeah, then I'll work on that. Still nothing from UPS, but then I'll wait till either later today or tomorrow. Then I was gonna do it at like 9 or so, but then just because our neighbors quite often get our packages, like extremely often, like probably in the last half year they've gotten half a dozen of our packages, or we've gotten their packages and stuff like that. So I'll wait till tomorrow just in case they drop it off and stuff like that. And then if there's still nothing, then I'll reach out. But the thing is, usually the receiver can't really contact the shipping company too much per se, so you usually have to contact the seller, which is Lego. So I'll have to contact Lego, and then they'll have to contact them and stuff like that. So it's all good fun. But yeah, then I'll get to work on listing these then. Yogurt time. So yeah, still no update, or well, like there's no change with UPS for tracking. So yeah, I'm assuming at this point the package is lost. So then I'm gonna first pull orders and then ship them out, and then after that I'll have to get in contact with Lego, because you can't really get in contact with the shipping company. Well, I mean, you can to some extent, but in general, it is the seller or the sender who has to get in contact with the shipping company, because they're the ones who purchased the shipping label, and they're the ones in the contract with the shipping company. The buyer can't really do much other than ask them to look for it, but even then, it's marked as delivered, and also the seller can do that, and is usually the one who's supposed to do that. So I will be contacting Lego and then ask them what to do in this situation. So yeah, hopefully I can get that resolved. I really want to get the parts, but worst case scenario, I'll get a refund and I have to reorder the parts. But yeah, then I'll quickly pull the orders. It's an overall late shipping day, so then it shouldn't take too long, and then I can get back to listing all of the animal parts there. So yesterday I was able to get all of those ones processed. These ones here are already on the Brick Store file, but I still have to get around to listing them, so I won't be able to do that till after orders are shipped out. So I've now contacted Lego, and it's their email's now sent, so then we will see what the results are, and yeah, I'll keep everyone updated, I guess, because it's now the next day, and it's let's just check the tracking once more. Just don't want to show any details. That's the wrong tracking, as I have two UPS packages, and this here's the one that is here. So yeah, this one here, it's officially marked as delivered to the front door, and when you go to proof of delivery, Well, I'll sign in first because it shows a little bit more when you're signed in. 1 second. Just about done. Proof of delivery, and okay, so that's not private information. That isn't. Okay, well, I mean, there's, if I cover this here, okay, then that stuff there should be fine, but there's like no proof per se of delivery, because sometimes with many companies like Amazon, along with several other companies, I just couldn't think of their names at the moment, they'll take photos of the package and stuff like that, which can help you find it sometimes, but there's no photos, because it says photos are only available for a limited time, but I'm signed in and everything and there's no photos and stuff like that. So yeah, then we'll have to see what happens, but yeah, hopefully something can get sorted out, but the message is now being sent, and I guess I should pack up orders now. So then heard back from Lego, and they are reshipping out the parts, so that's nice. So hopefully I can get those sooner than later. Then there's this one order from Brick Owl where I needed their phone number, so missing that, so I can't ship it out, because that's one thing that normally Brick Owl has more features and stuff like that than Bricklink for setting up stuff like that. But then this one here, there's no actual option, at least that I could find quickly looking, to require phone numbers for individual order options. I might be able to enable it across the board, but in Canada, I don't need phone numbers, or to the States, just to certain countries. So I couldn't print that label. I've heard other sellers just say that you can enter in your own number and it's fine, but just to be on the safe side, I prefer to use theirs. So then I reached out to them, and so there's that, and so yeah, then so shipping, just gonna drop off the stuff now, and then the leg order is reshipped out, so that's good, and then I can get back to work. So just finished with the file, so there is 278 items for 514, so I will now get that uploaded, and I'll consolidate a few parts. These ones I know I have to consolidate, but there's probably a few more mixed into the drawers. Oh yeah, and then the store is now past 19,000 lots for sale, so that's pretty cool. So hopefully still hoping to hit 20,000 by the end of the year, but we will see. It seems like I can never escape the Canada Post pickup cards. And I accidentally ordered the wrong size bags, so I'll have to place another order. Yogurt time. So we finally got one of these things. It's trying to find its way out. The question is, when will it? It's been there for about a minute or so. It keeps almost getting out, but then it just gets turned around again, so we will see. Success! I think we found that it just really wanted to go back because it immediately turned around and went right back. So this is the end of the vlog. The goal for today is to, one, process these orders that were in the mail. So there's that. And then also, now that we have the Roomba, I had to name it the classic name. Like, if you've ever been on Instagram, oh, that light's already on, in the past, I don't know how long, the one name that goes around for it is Claymore Roomba. So we've named it the Claymore Roomba and the thing. So we're going to have Claymore Roomba go around probably once a day or something like that. Mostly because I got the one chair, the roly-oly-poly chair upstairs, and it sheds a lot of fake leather, like this stuff here. And so then it'll be able to clean all that stuff up and things like that. But then before we have it running permanently, like we just did a quick test run, that's what the videos were earlier of, then we're going to first try and get all of the random things off of our floor. Like, we have boxes filled with random stuff everywhere and things like that. So we are just going to try and get that off the floor at least, just so that when it starts vacuuming, because I think it might, I know newer models do, I'm not sure how much older models do. This one's somewhere in the middle. I'm pretty sure they map your house out to some extent, so then just don't want to have a whole bunch of stuff everywhere when it first maps it out and stuff like that. So then we'll have it run once it's all done and stuff like that. But yeah, then first off, I guess I should be ordering more bags, because I ordered the wrong size bags. So, well, the thing is, I did need these, because let's actually check my current stock of those bags. I've got exactly one pack left of the small bags, so I did need them, just not quite yet. Yeah, then I'll order more bags and stuff like that. But this is the end of the vlog, so thank you for watching. If you got this far, today is a Wednesday, so the next vlog will be out on Saturday.